Hey guys, Rob out here, and ImAlwaysInHotWater.com. Excuse me, I'm fighting the bronchitis. And we are at sunlight, almost, if it would ever stop raining around here. And I actually got something you may consider cool, you may not. This one could be a no-brainer for you regardless. It's a 1997 Capri 1950 CL. And just so you guys know, this is actually one of my little project boats. I have title on this, and the story behind this boat basically goes, it was a single owner up until a few months ago. I sold some clients a boat. They needed, this one needed a little bit of work, so I bought it on the cheap. And just because on those slow days to keep my mind busy, I did the work with my mechanic and anybody else that wanted to chip in. And obviously it cost me cash, but I'm just going to give you guys an update on this. And you know, she's for sale. I think I'm putting it up basically, you know, there's a couple little other projects out there I'd like to start. And I know a lot of guys are shrimping and fishing, and although this isn't a center console outboard, as you guys can see, you know, when I'm out with the kids, I rigged it up in such a way to where I can go fishing or shrimping on this as well, and it is an inexpensive way to do it. Basically, the price listed on the site is going to be what I have into the boat. Plain and simple. I honestly don't care if I sell it or not. You know, I'm more than happy to keep it. She runs great. She does good out on the water, as all my little boats do. And if I can't pick up another one of the projects, I will accept trades if it's in my favor. If it's a boat I'm looking for, I am looking for 18-foot to 22-foot center consoles. You know, if they need work, I'm okay with that. And that's the whole point. So, and that would be in your favor. It doesn't have to be in running condition, but it can't need extensive work either. Now, let me get to the crux of the matter on this. And once again, a lot of my personal items as seen on this boat are not included. Basically, you know, the fishing rods, these two West Marine rod holders are not going with the boat, but you are more than welcome to the Atwoods. And, you know, the fenders will go with it, the lines will go with it, but safety gear and all of the other little tiny items that you'll see on this will not. 1997 Bayliner, 1950 Capri CL, and I picked her up, and she had a lot of shell growth on the bottom, as you guys can see. Now, the bottom's actually in really great shape, and this actually just comes right off. I just hit it with a quick bottle on-off and hit it once with the power washer. I really just didn't feel like getting into that aspect of it. So I kind of left it alone. And as you can see, the exterior could use definitely to be buffed out if you want to get into that on a 1997 boat. But you could see most of it just came right off. They left it in the water a little too long. And, you know, I had to deal with that. So she's got a little 3-liter engine in her, and I'll get to the service that I've actually just done to this vessel as well within the last month to get her up to speed for myself and my kids, so it's safe on the water. Now you guys can see I kind of hit this real light right there, and it came right out. So I'm not going to buff this thing out because I really don't care. I like the fact that it's an imperfect boat, and I can just put it on the water and just rinse it off. Maybe in the winter, if it's still around, I'll bottom paint it or do something. Now, to get to the crux of the matter, as far as the trailer goes, the trailer is now in really good shape. Just so you know, this was done by the previous owner at the beginning of the season, the jack stand and the winch. I jest, because I'm a stickler. You guys can see the brackets. Anything that needed to be done on the bunks, because they were tragic. So I redid the bunks, I redid some brackets. That was actually a lot of labor on my part to get those old bolts out of there. But I don't like the fact that if I'm going to put the boat, take it back out on a trailer by myself, and I hit those bunks coming in hot, that they're just going to fall off on me and gouge the boat. So I not only you got a winch and a fresh jack stand, you're good on the bunks, and in addition, you guys can see the grease, because the hub on my wheel rolled off past me. Brand new hubs on the axle, brand new tires. I threw on brand new tires, brand new hubs, and those are pre-greased hubs, and I threw a set of lights on the trailer. So as far as minimal acceptance on the trailer, you are good to go, because that's how I like it myself. Now, as far as the lower unit goes, the anodes are in decent, fair shape at best. I'd probably get a new kit. I was going to do it, but I don't really plan on keeping the boat. I'd get a new kit, you know, the start of next season. Complete lower unit service was just done. Okay, water pump, housing, in addition, brand new gimbal bearing, washer that goes behind the gimbal bearing, oils, that all had to be taken care of because it was just not performing up to spec. So Tim's Marine Service helped me do that. So you got a brand new gimbal bearing, full lower unit service, and that was just done in the last, Jesus, 3 weeks. You know, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive because we did the work ourselves. So, you know, that's all taken care of. Don't get me wrong, you're going to put a few dollars into the boat, but as you go along, but overall, you guys can kind of see, you'll see why I picked it up. This top is pretty cool and in great shape. Just not for nothing, I just bought a couple of screw bolts and put them in here. That's really the wrong type. But, you know, sometimes you just do things a little quick. Now, in fact, let me just point this out. This piece that's right here, this windshield bounces around a little bit. I just put a bungee cord. You can secure that. It just needs this piece right here. I'm not doing it. Bungee cord's fine for me. Now, as I move forward, I want to get into the floor. Actually, the previous seller redid the floor. Not the boards underneath. He redid all the supports going across. And then carpeted and put this panel on top. So it is, I mean, it is solid and good to go. The only soft spot that I ran into, which is why I have that, I actually built another piece up underneath, a little triangle, a little tiny triangle up underneath there. It was a little soft when I went up there. But I had a little tiny triangle. Actually, that anchor will go with the boat, and there's another anchor under here too. I don't need them, I got plenty. You know, if you need the line, let me know. I put some dry deck there. Now, if you guys can see, the seats are in pretty decent shape. I actually redid the board under here. I picked up some marine treated plywood or some marine grade. I redid the wood under this. I redid the wood under that seat and that seat. Now, the grade I got was too thick, so I couldn't hook up to the hinges. So, I mean, it's a little loose because you guys can see that's actually supposed to hook up to the hinges, but I mean, they sit fine. And this side, we're good to go. There's no issues over here, and these slide out. You know, you got a little, you know, stitching there that could be done and stitching there. But remember, this is the 1997. Overall in great shape. This is removable, obviously. I just had some extra wood left over because this is an fishing vessel, just so I can go up here and I can throw my cast net and fish off without doing this rocky thing going on. So you guys can kind of see, I kind of made, you know, turn it into, you know, what you should do with a lot of boats is you make them your own. I bought dry deck for the back. All right, because, you know, when the kids are on the boat and this is wet, you know, this gives them a little bit more of a drier surface. Now, you guys know at West Marine, that's about $6 or $7 a square. In addition, you got fresh batteries as of, I think, January of this year by the previous seller. There's a Perco switch. Batteries are behind here. Your bilge works, your blower works, your nav lights work. I bought this pole for the back nav light, which works. Your gauges, your tilt and trim gauge doesn't work. And obviously the miles per hour gauge doesn't work. RPMs works, but it's miscalibrated. Generally, you end up actually starting out at about 2,000 RPMs, and then you kind of go up. Oil gauge works, temp works, fuel gauge works. She's charging with a fresh alternator, and the depth finder actually works very well. I use Navionics on boats like this for phone app if I need any additional Garmin type features. The stereo radio system works too. It's an old cassette. You know, I mean, it's garbage, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it gives me a little music out on the water when I'm just sitting there and I need it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys just two more things. If you can just bear with me. And I'm heading to the water now. I'm heading out. I got to go check out a couple boats on the water out at Broad Creek Marina in Palmetto Bluff, so I'm going by water today. You guys can see there's a cross beam that goes here. This piece is obviously rotted. I actually have the bolted cross piece. I was just going to put a board on the other side. Honestly, I don't really use this seat because I usually have my poles and gear back here, and it still sits up. But if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to it. Excuse me for all the bouncing around. I just left it because I'm just, you know, I don't need it. Hold up. So you kind of see, I mean, if you're looking for a cheap little boat, I mean, I don't know. I just got to go over my cost. She's probably going to be listed at about $3,000, or maybe I'll just put her up at $3,500 so you guys can negotiate the $3,000. But I got about $2,900 and change into the boat. And that is easily documented. Just wood dry deck, the trailer work, gimbal bearing, all the work that I had said, water pump, labor involved, tipping the guys out to help me out. In addition, I installed a brand new starter. You have fresh oil, you have fresh plugs, and you have a brand new shift cable from the engine to the lower unit. You know, so those are all your suspects. My feeling was if I was going to redo the whole lower unit, then so be it. Overall, nice little 3.0 engine. This is not the original engine. This engine was replaced, I think, in 2010, 2011. And then actually, no, 2010. And then in 2012, 2 years ago, today's 15, figure 2012, about mid-year, a brand new block and manifold riser installed by East Coast Marine. My only discernible effort on this is, you know, this oil holder is about to rusting out a little bit, so you got a little bit of rust there, and also your tilt and trim situations there. But overall, I mean, that is just minor beans. I don't even know. I mean, that'll probably still be in there forever. So anyway, Rob out here at ImAlwaysInHotWater.com with a neat little boat, Bayliner, 1997. That is the straight poop on this boat. There's no reason for any other discussion. Whatever I have her listed at, that's a selling price, and that's firm. You're more than welcome to the boat. If you want it, great. If not, no biggie. You know, I put that speaker in. It needed to be a little bit bigger. I actually have the other one if you want it. I left that one in. I got a little lazy. So anyway, Rob out here, and ImAlwaysInHotWater.com with my own 1997 Bayliner 1950 CL. If you want her, then great, and if not, I have clean title. I'll take her on, take you on the water if you want to put a deposit on it. And now you know. So anyway, Rob out here, and ImAlwaysInHotWater.com, and I'll try and shoot a little sea trial video when I'm out. You guys have a great and safe boating day.